Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Scott, and thanks for tuning into another episode. Today, we're going to look at the Russian leg drag. And the Russian leg drag is kind of unique. It's not seen very often, but it sure does work. It's used from the bottom position when you're fighting the bottom guard or bottom Newaza position. And you can use it to literally drag your opponent's leg back and out and control them. Now, we're going to cover it in how to do Juji Gatame, a good cross-body arm lock. We're also going to cover how to do several ways of doing it, by the way. We're also going to cover how to end up in a pinning your opponent, and also how to strangle them, and then even in how to get a leg lock. I first saw this quite a number of years ago. I saw a Russian athlete do it, and he just dragged his opponent out, rolled him over, and I thought a lot about it, and we added a lot to it. But welcome, Matt, and other people have too. So this is what we came up with. So it's a really interesting move, and it's really effective. It really does fool them. So it's great from the bottom position. So here we go on the Russian leg drag. It's called the Russian drag. It's a whole series of moves we've got. And I first saw the Russian guy do it, so that's why I call it the Russian drag. So Mike's on his buttocks and in a guard position or whatever. And if he stays low, it kind of depends on what Eric does, okay? So if Eric wants to pop up, he'll come up on this knee. Now, a couple reasons why he'll come up on the knee, or maybe several, but think of two right off the bat. One, he's not very skilled, and he does it to get a better base, okay? He could be a new guy and just comes up because he's more comfortable there. Or he has plans to maybe go back for a leg lock, if that's, included like, Sambo or Jiu-Jitsu, okay? Or he might be wanting to pass Mike's leg past the guard, okay? So there are some things he has in plan, but if he does come up on that knee, could be the other one, we're working on this knee, and as soon as that knee comes up, okay, what Mike does, he kind of squirrels under there, he kind of turns under there, and he drags it, okay? Now, that's the key, that's the actual drag itself. Let's look at that again. Okay, so as soon as Eric comes up, he drags it, he collapses on his butt. Now, there are a number of things he can do from here. What the most obvious is, he's going to come right into a pin, right up on top, right into osaikomi. If you're like an MMA fighter, you might do this, come up with a mount or whatever, or BJJ. But for our purposes, we want to hold him for time. So Mike, just go ahead and go through the whole thing. Top, right up, and there, he's got him right there. Now, so Mike's winning. Stay there, guys. So Mike's winning, right? Now, depending, like Eric was saying, come on, just a second. It depends on if Mike doesn't get that pin real quickly, that vertical Takeshi Ho, he might be pushing against him. Just push up against the shoulder, yeah. So he might be pushing away. If he's dumb enough to straighten his arms out, Mike's very willing to come over and take a Juji Gatame. So, if you get a quick submission that way. So let's look at that series. Let's do that where you come up and kind of push him away. Okay. Pops up, drags him, comes up, and he pushes away, spins right into Juji. Okay? Now, we're going for the pin initially, the time hold, the osaikomi. But if he doesn't, if he pushes away, tries to avoid it, then, he gave you the arm lock, he gave you his arm, take it from him. So let's look at it one more time. Let's look at the pin, the osaikomi situation. He comes up, comes right up, covers him right, nice, Takeshi Ho, Gatame, right? All right? If he comes up, this time, not move back with your guys. Okay. Now, if he comes up, now watch, he'll come up all the way into the Juji. If he pushes away, swings right over. And a real quick note, when he does do the step over, guys, Mike doesn't get real high. He stays very compact with his body, very economy of movement. Okay, so when Mike does come up and Eric's pushing away on the arms, with his arms, watch, Mike's still quite low. Everything's still bent, rolls over, takes it. Don't sit up and like pop up. Stay as close as you can. Literally sit on his shoulder. Okay, one more time, Mike. We'll go to the pin first, then we'll go to the arm lock. Right to the pin. There's the other side. Learn that one first, okay? Then we can kick right over to the arm lock. We good? Give that a try. Let's work on that a while. All right. This particular Russian drag, and we're going to go with a rollback juji, the back roll juji, but watch this. Before we were coming up and pinning him, but now let's say we want to get that arm lock right away, okay, in this particular sense. We'll do another one in a bit with this sense here. So when Derek's going to come, Mike, come up on that one. When Derek drags him, pops him down, he comes up, and as soon as he comes up, he's really low and he's immediately going for that arm. And you notice he didn't sit up like, you know, like in a mount situation, do it where you just sit up and do it wrong, you know. And he comes up and he sits up wrong. He's giving Mike too much space there, okay? And then, yeah, you don't want to do that. See how clumsy that was on the swing over and the roll back? He wants to do it where it's very compact. So when Mike comes up, he drags, he comes up, stays really round, see how, and then he comes right over and he goes right back. So as you saw the kind of sequence there, Derek was dragging with his right hand and he's going the opposite leg, the opposite arm of Mike. So he rolls up and look, you got the opposite, we got Mike's right arm. See that? And he rolls right into the juji. So that's another variation. If you don't want to pin him, you want to go right to a juji from here. Okay? You guys demo one more time. Now watch how he drags, he stays really compact, and then he starts coming over. See, now he's doing it slow, but you can see. Yeah, I don't want to kick him, and you roll him back. See that? Did that make sense to everybody? So if you don't want to come up and be high on him because you're letting him off the hook. You want to stay as low as you can. As soon as you drag him, stay low, fairly close space there, and then start to take the juji. All right? Let's work on that, and we'll move on to another variation. Let's look at the Russian drag here. We're going to go with two ways to get a juji here. We're going to go kind of the standard drag and take the arm lock from you'll see what I mean. And then we're going to do a head roll juji variation. So some of you guys might like that. So let's look at the very basic one first. When Derek comes up on that leg, Mike's going to drag it. There's the drag, the Russian drag. And no, don't go all the way over it, Mike. Just stay down. Just stay the basic. But there you go. That one. And he grabs and he takes it that way. Okay? All right, let's look at that again. All right, so what's going to happen? Derek's going to come up here. Mike's going to drag, take it. Now, come back. Just see how he's dragged here? See how he's kind of on his side? Mike's on his right hip. Okay? Now, he's extended. He's starting. Derek's thinking this. Mike's thinking this. Okay? He wants that arm. Now, what he's going to do, he's going to come kick over the leg over the head and hook it tight and arch. And then you got it. Okay? So he's going to, that's what's happening here. Derek is totally thinking, oh my God, he's got my leg, and then all of a sudden, oh no, he's got my arm too. Now, if you want to let go, Mike let go there, you might let go there, and that's fine too. Okay. But generally, you keep that hook. You can trap it. Okay. Drag it there, and then trap him there. He's on his butt. He's tapping out. He said, "How do I get here?" Okay. So that's pretty much the basic view. Let's turn around a little more angle here. Now watch. Mike is really important. If he stays on his back, he's not going to make this happen. He's going to be on his hip. And when he kicks over, there's the juji. He may have to roll back and catch it. That works. Okay. That works too. All right. Now, let's work into the head roll version. You like it a little better. So, he drags. Now watch, he comes up, look at the foot over the head. He keeps rolling. He just keeps rolling. Rolls him right over to the juji. He did that slow so we can demo. We're doing more advanced speed, guys. So watch, here's the whole movement. There you go. It's a constant roll, so he might bury down trying to get away from it. If that's the case, you follow him. And watch when Mike does this, his left leg on the back of Derek's head, kicks over. Try to work like the instep. That's what Mike's doing. He's trying to work the instep on the back of Derek's neck there. Okay? So one more time, he's going to pop up, come across, yeah, and he keeps rolling in that direction, and he kicks over to finish off. There you go. Be sure you kick that leg over the head to finish, because he will roll out of it if you don't. All right? Does that make sense to everybody? I want to show your variation of that too. Just switch places there. Why don't you go roll to the sandy side of the camera. Pops up. He's going to do it a little bit different. See, he rolls over the head and catches it. He's already there. That's okay too. I like that. Derek's found this works better for him to just practice. And he'll keep rolling over. And he's already got it there. Did you see the difference? Okay, let's look at that one more time. When Derek catches, he's looping the leg over the head already, and he's catching the roll, and he has to really, he's using a little more of that right hand on that leg, a little more dependent there to drag him over. That's how that one works too. So either way works. It worked quite well. It's totally unexpected on the top guy's part, because he's popping up again. One of you guys come up, doesn't matter who. What if if he comes up on one leg, he does it for a reason, right? He's either passing guard, he's going to do something there, he's going to advance there, or he might just be coming up, he doesn't know what else to do, he's just posting to get base, okay? Or he might be actually, like I said, or he's going for a leg lock, like headed there, go past guard. So he's coming up for a reason. You either catch a really good guy or you catch a guy who's not so good. The guys who aren't so good just coming up because they don't know what else to do. And they often get caught like this. Okay? You do it one more time. This is just the way you do it, Derek. Catch it, roll it over. It keeps rolling over, and catch it there. It looks like, how does that work? But it does. It's a really, really cool move. You don't see it very often, guys. You just don't. And so you be the guy doing it on somebody else and say, what did he hit me with?
Hi, everybody. Hey, these videos are free to watch, but they're not free to make. And any help you can give us financially is really appreciated. The best way to do that is to go to our Welcome Mat online store and look at what we have for sale and buy some of that stuff. It really does help us. It helps make these videos, and also it helps keep the gym going, and that's where we do the videos. That's where we film our videos. So, hey, thanks so much, and we do appreciate your support, and we appreciate you watching.
So we're going to go over a Russian drag to counter a sit-up or a stand-up out of your triangle. So the idea being he's going to try and pick me up. So if I pop free and I lock in my triangle, in most sports, if he picks me up off the ground, okay, we get a mate, stop situation. If it's self-defense, he slams me on the ground. Okay, so the next step from there is catch the triangle, and then as soon as the leg comes up, you hook. Okay, and what this will do is it's pretty static, but it keeps him from being able to lift me up. Okay, at the very least, that's about as high as we get. Okay, so that's usually enough to stop it in sport from getting called. Okay, and it's definitely enough to stop it from him trying to spike me. But I'm still kind of fighting for control here. So usually you have to still come back and then lock it up, and then you get the tap out. Okay, now what we're going to do is be a little bit more aggressive with this. Okay, so we're going to apply what we call a Russian drag. Basically what's going to happen as soon as he gets a foot flat on the floor, I'm going to drag it up to my ear. And what that's going to do is cause him to plop back down on his butt. Okay, so we catch. Okay, so you see I just drug that leg right up to my ear. He's stuck right here. I catch both the arm and the leg, and then we just squeeze. And if we need to, we can even apply double trouble.
He's tapping. Yeah, there he's tapping. Poor guy was tied up. He could not tap. Poor Vlad.
Okay, so one more time through. Again, so shove through, catch the triangle, and down we go. And he even beat me to the punch a little bit there. But you'll notice as soon as I caught that and drug it up to my ear, now he's down on his side. Okay, and in this case, my feet aren't entirely caught. So what I can do instead is catch the wrist, point that thumb away from me, and then pop in, or we can push it over that way and then finish the choke. And basically we just sit up and squeeze.
Derek, can you point out the side you're doing it, the leg over the neck, you're doing the drag on the other side.
Right.
So
if the knot of my feet are on this side, that's where I'm dragging, okay? I don't want to try and drag on both sides, okay? You pick one side and you go for it. So the best way is to go away from it. So if I catch here and he comes up, okay, now, see how my feet are much tighter? Okay, and we've rolled to where the knot's on the floor and I can finish pretty easy on my side. Before, when I was going on the same side as the knot of my feet, okay, I'm not going to be able to shrimp into it. You can notice already the body mechanics are a little bit weird. But if the knot's on this side and I go up to the foot on this side, it's a natural curve into it. I have a lot more power to it. So one more time through, catch, and down we go. Okay, and again, finish with the armbar if you have to.
Now, sometimes I've seen you guys. I've seen you choke competitors, or you're, a fighter in a judo tournament. The guy who actually was sitting on his butt when you finish it. He was just sitting on his haunches. Can you kind of,
sure,
if Vlad can replicate that?
So the more ballistic you get with it, the easier it is to pop him on his butt. So as soon as I get this and that foot comes up, there he goes. Okay. Now that he's there, it's pretty easy, since I'm still on my back and not on my side, to re-triangle my legs. And if I have to, I'll reach up and do what we call the necktie. I'll grab the shin on the inside of my other knee. Okay, so right in there, okay? Oops, sorry. You'll notice that now that if I do unlace it and he tries to put his foot up, I still have control. He might get his arm out of there, but the idea is I can pull down now and really crunch into him.
And that's often an ideal situation, because I have seen you do that in judo competitions before. We just put him flat on his butt, and you've given yourself some time to really tie in tighter with your triangle.
And he's pretty much stuck there. He can kind of roll over to the side, but that's almost even worse for him, because then I'm going to go belly down on an arm.
Guys, why we like this, because you start your triangle, you don't give him any out if you do the Russian drag. You pop him back down. He's sitting on his buttocks. He's no longer on a stable base.
Right.
He's one leg's extended. He's kind of stuck. And that's what we have. One more time, and then we will let everybody drill on this, because this is a great move. We want to drill on it. And there's your drag.
Okay, like Steve said, I'm not going to drag way out here, because look where his knee is pointing, that way. I gotta point my pelvis opposite his knee. And in order to do that, I'd have to go a full 180 degrees. I don't want to do that. I want to go 90 degrees, okay? So instead, back up for me. I'm going to drag him and keep my hands nice and tight, okay? I should be able to like tap my hand with it, okay? And that way when I come over, see how tight that is? Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that is double trouble. Knee lock and arm lock together.
Pop that out, drop my knee, kick over, and see where it goes. Even if I lose his arm, he's right there. If I keep his arm, then it's literally double trouble. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Okay. Go with the knee, drag that over, kick over, and see how I can just pull him right in there?
Yeah.
Okay? It's super, super tight, and your knees don't have to be perfect. They're in, which makes this possible. If it was straight, I wouldn't be able to bar him. Like, I just straighten my knee now.
Notice also, guys, Derek's on his right hip. He's not on his back. By being on his hip, he can arch his hips a lot more violently, actually, a lot harder.
When I'm here, I can go all the way over that way. When I'm here, I have to literally push him and me up, right? Okay? When I'm down, I've got my weight in, so it makes it worse. I like either down, like belly down, or to the side. Usually it's the side for me, because I can arch way back and really get them. And it's a lot easier when you're rolling, because people naturally don't want to go belly down. So, one more time, keep this nice and tight. Let's go that way. Okay? I got this nice and low, drop my knee, pop that over, keep a hold of his arm, and just pull him in, okay? Because I have a hold of his hand, it's right in between my, you know, right there. He's stuck, and I can literally pull his leg in between my legs and just bridge.